Alright, it looks like I'm going back live, getting this all good and got what is going on. Why does it keep getting me stuck so much under here? I hate that. Ugh. I think I need a little bit more RAM. Whatever. Alright. So, we're going back to the questions. Haha. Entertainment. The wife has found more questions. And we're finding out some of these questions can get pretty heated at times. So, anyhow, getting down to it, we're going to start out a couple more and see how this goes. If you have any more questions, anybody, just put them in the box and I'm sure I'll find them, come across them, whatnot. And then I'll bring them up later on. So, wifely wife, you can have some questions. As soon as you're done staring your phone down.
I was saving pictures that my husband took earlier.
Oh.
Alright, anyways, okay. First question. Why do men play video games?
Well, that's not hard.
I don't understand it.
It's to get away from our other the most. No, honestly, from my point of view on it, of why I play video games is really easy. So we've all got this fantasy set up in our heads, whether it be right or wrong, who cares? That's not the point of it. The point being, this fantasy that gets set into your head, this is a way of kind of acting it out, you know? If that makes any sense. It's a way to make it come true in a way, because today's life is so hard to get anything that you want. You might as well just have some weird oddball fantasy about it. That makes sense? Like, example. I like Heat. This is a good game. It really is. I believe some things need to be changed and fixed or whatever on the game. Like, it's lagging so bad. I believe that that's problems with the game, but the other point of the game, alright, the overall point on the game, is to have your own, like, little piece of land that you can farm and build stuff and whatnot. Well, you know as well as I do, that's kind of what I want to do in life, is to have my own area to farm and build and have my own, land. Make sense?
Yeah.
So this is kind of fulfilling a fantasy at whatever the price of this game is. And since it's fulfilling a fantasy of mine, I mean, it makes it a little bit cheaper because, hell, you've been seeing how much I've been, like, pricing tractors and all that crap. And you're seeing the cheapest tractors I'm finding is like $5,000. Well, if I can play it on here, like Farm Simulator or whatever, and the price of a tractor on there is $5,000, you really don't care if I buy it on there, do you?
Nope.
But if I buy it on in real life, I'm sure that you're not going to be happy. Those are going to be fighting words real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So, kind of, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Alright. Oh, man. So, what's another theory, thought, idea?
What's a turn on for a guy?
Nakedness.
Then what was the issue last night?
War.
Before we even went on the computer.
I mean, different strokes for different folks is a good way of looking at it. But all in all, I mean, things that I like personally. Ooh, food. Things that I like personally. I mean, I'm more into the public indecency. I don't know why. Don't know where it came from. But don't say no to it. I think that is one of my biggest things right there. Is public indecency. Public nudity, stuff like that. Oh, bless you, baby.
Thank you.
The whole public nudity scene type deal. I mean, if I could do anything in public, yeah. Yeah. Bad idea.
Okay.
But like I said, too, I mean, different strokes, different folks. Not everybody's going to be the same on it.
Okay.
Guy at work, I mean, he don't want to leave his bedroom for anything. And his woman tells me about this, you know, because we kind of work together. So she tells me it's so hard to get him to leave the bedroom. Oh no, he's not down for it. So she gets me onto the phone saying something about it, and she's like, he had the perfect opportunity. We could have, you know, on the back of his truck, outside, you know, and all this. And I brought it up to the whole fact of, dude, why didn't you? He's like, whoa, I got a bedroom, and that's what a bedroom's good for. I'm like, dude, bedroom's made for a bed and sleep. Come on now.
No, it's your issue then, because we could have done it out, you know, behind your truck multiple times.
Okay, let's go tonight.
It do wax cold out tonight.
It's only like 20 something degrees. Let's go tonight. I think it'll be fun.
How about when it's warmer out, because my ass freezes easily?
You see, I think one of our biggest things on that, alright, my opinion,
Huh.
is our timing for each other is completely wrong.
What do you mean?
What do you mean, what I mean?
Don't ask the question with the question, you dart.
You bring it up to the theory, okay, of, alright, let's go about this. Let's do this, alright? Outside, okay? You're gonna be like, okay, let's go for it. And then all of a sudden it's gonna come around to it, and you're gonna be like, I'm doing this, and I'm doing this, and I'm doing this. And then
I clean a lot.
well, I'm not saying that you don't. And then it's going to come around to, you're going to be like, okay, I'm ready. I'm going to be like, give me 10 minutes. And then you're going to be like, 10 minutes is up like 5 minutes ago. And then all of a sudden it's going to be like, all right, then let's do
If
it.
you wanted it bad enough, you would.
You're right. You're right. If I want it bad enough, you know as well as I do, I just take it.
Mm-hmm. And apparently you didn't want it bad enough if you're telling me to wait 10 minutes.
But you see where I'm coming from. I mean, our timing is just bad. I say let's do it at like 7 o'clock at night. You're like, neighbors. I'm like, not like they ain't never done it. They have kids. You're like, well, they can see us. So when you go for it at night, it's like, oh, it's getting late. I mean,
Dude, I was completely freaking naked from the time I took my shower yesterday at like 7 to this morning when I got up out of bed.
well, you got to think about it. I mean, we did today, didn't we?
Yeah, but I'm done all last night.
Was today
You
not
had
good?
the perfect opportunity last night.
Well, I took an opportunity today.
Well, you could have took the opportunity last night and today.
Well, are we complaining about the oftenness?
Yes, we are. Okay, next question. What's a turnoff?
What's a turnoff?
Yeah.
Well, just like the turn-ons, I mean, different strokes for different folks.
You know, well, okay, then what's your turnoff?
I'm not into, like, pegging.
What, you taking a dildo in the ass?
Yeah, I'm not into that.
Okay.
I mean, that's definitely just no.
My turn off is when we got a 4-pound dog staring at us.
Well, what about an 80-pound kid?
We won't go there because that's happened to me before. Okay.
Think it's happened to everybody that has kids, or has been with somebody with kids.
It's just wrong timing.
Yeah. Just they just walk right
Like, have
in.
you played Dungeons and Dragons lately?
Yeah. Dungeons and Dragons, that's what we call it.
Yeah.
What were you and mommy doing? Were you having sex? No. I'm really into Dungeons and Dragons. It's a really cool game. I'm trying to talk your mother into it, but she's not down for it. So we were discussing Dungeons and Dragons, and then it ends up with, well, what's that? Well, it's a game where you play with multiple players, and it's all based off of reading. And I tried to explain the whole Dungeons and Dragons, and the Dungeons and Dragons was not good to explain to him, because then I ended it with, you would get bored with this game, so forget it. I'm not even going to try. I'm not even going to try explaining it anymore with you. And he's like, oh, okay, good. Like, forget it. I'm like, okay, thank you.
Okay. Are we on to the next question?
Yeah, we can do another one.
Alright. What do men find? Hold on a minute. Yes.
Maybe a lullaby roughly?
A lullaby?
Yeah.
Are you a little big for lullabies?
So, do you know where lullaby comes from?
What?
Lullaby comes from saying goodbye to Lilith because she's a demon that steals kids.
Albert. Don't listen to him.
No, it was actually supposed to be into the Bible, but they yanked it out of the Bible because Lilith got pushed down.
What
See?
kind of lullaby do you want, babe?
Okay.
Well, there's different lullabies. What do you want Mama to sing to you?
That's a good song, by the way.
What?
Lullaby.
Oh, baby?
Yes, one of the kids is broken. Oh, getting all this done, but it's slow because of how these are all like spaced out over here. It's taking forever.
It's a little star.
Is that what you want?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll be right back.
Alright, I guess I have no option other than wait longer. You know, the whole, if I'm not back in 10 minutes, just wait longer. So, our youngest is supposed to be in bed right now, but he decides, hey, I don't want to be sleeping. Actually, he's not even our youngest. He's the middle child. And he's at the point where it's like, I don't want to go to bed because I'm going to find every excuse in this book to stay awake. And this is what happens on, like, all the time. Now, I wish all this stuff could be condensed, like, into one section. That's what I hate about the mixed seeds. I really do. That's one of the biggest problems with my mixed seeds. Wood chest. Alright. So, I mean, I could drop a bunch more of these down and see what comes up, you know? I mean, that wouldn't be too bad. I can't complain too much about that. I make decent money off of all my harvests. come into here. Yeah, I do need to sell off some. Like, I don't use the strawberries for anything, so it's good to sell. You can make decent cash on them. I'm waiting for summer to come. Because soon as summer comes, then I can start throwing down all my, extra crops and stuff like that and get tobacco and whatnot and really start raking in some cash. M. Not so M. N. N would be good. Okay, I think I put money in on this already. Tickets purchased 42. Alright. So, I need to get more wood. So here, let's start with this. Anytime now. You see, this is the lag. This game takes more CPU and anything than any of my other games. Think it's nice I got all my plants watered. But I want to get some sprinkler systems in. With the sprinkler systems, what will happen with those is all I do is fill those up and they keep everything all watered and nice and gushy.
I don't know, we might have to put this on hold because Mr. Wyatt just woke up.
Oh no, Mr. Wyatt just woke
I thought he
up.
was gonna freaking be asleep until, morning.
Okay.
No, it's not okay because I have to get up early.
Well, I mean, it's okay that, we can put this on hold.
Well, also, it's gonna suck if he doesn't go back to sleep tonight.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you gotta be up early because of, what's his name, Alan. I kinda like Alan.
Well, I gotta get up at 6 for the boys.
Yeah,
Alan don't come until 7.
yeah. Evil kids, sell 'em. eBay.
Alright, what was the last question we stopped at?
It wasn't about the games. Oh.
Is it the turn-off?
Yeah, turn-offs.
Okay. Then the next question is, what do men find least attractive in women? Because I think last night we had said about most attractive. Well, what's the least attractive thing?
Least attractive thing in women. Okay. Well, that's not a hard concept. How can I put it? I mean, these are my opinions. Solely my opinions. What do I find least attractive? Wow. I mean, I look at overall everything about her. Okay? Everything about the chick. Good, bad, not so good, not so bad, whatever. And I try to equal it out to see what the person is. I have this thing, whether it be right or wrong or I don't care what you want to call it. I have this thing that I call the rule of 3. Alright? Rule of 3 states. You got this thing called a social economic status. And I believe women that are men, women, whichever it be, if they are more than 3 out away from you, because you got 3 highs, 3 mediums, and 3 lows. Okay? So, in other words, you got your high rich people, you got your medium rich people, you got your low rich, then you got your middle class, which you have the high middle class, the middle class, and the low middle class. If you're a high middle class, you cannot get with somebody that is like in the low class range.
Do that for me. Thank
You
you.
can't. There's no way. I don't believe that it works. And because I don't believe that it works, it's not that it never works. I'm just saying that the chances of it actually working are a lot slimmer. So you want to stay within your range. So what do I find unattractive? I find it hard, attractiveness to be harder out of that range. If that makes any sense.
Okay.
It's the person's status in life. I mean, they can be a great person overall. I mean, they really can. But it doesn't mean that I want anything to do with them because of their status in life. I mean, I just don't find really rich people attractive at all. I don't find really poor people like attractive at all. I mean, I'm one for like dead set down the center. I do not. Now, this is from personal experience. I hate when a chick just wants to go drinking all the
Hunter?
time. I really do. I think that that's one of the worst things in the world.
Yeah, he's not crying.
Alright, thank you.
I think drinking or excessive drug use, anything excessive like that, I think is the worst thing in the world. So I guess you can consider that more of a, you know, one of my huge turn-off selection things. Because, I mean, I hate it. I even got passion behind that hatred. There's some answers for that.
Okay. Alright, then let's go on the next one here. Wait.
Look, Black Beauty.
Connor, I shouldn't hear you.
You can do enough squats. I think you'll
Alright.
become a happy person.
Your thoughts on a polygamous relationship?
Oh, ho ho. Thoughts on polygamy and the opposite of like polygamy or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Either or, that style relationship. Now, I'm not saying I think it. I see it, like I said before, different strokes, different folks. I believe it can work. I believe that there's multiple reasons that it can work. One of the reasons for that it can work. I'm hoping nothing's over here that'll try to eat me. One of my reasons that I can say that it can work is because I believe that nobody is somebody else's everything. Is that good wording? Going into more description on that. If you're with somebody, that one person I do not feel is capable of doing everything perfectly for you.
Oh, of course not. You're gonna have your ups and downs. Every relationship does.
Okay. So, my
But
question...
I mean, look at, grandparents that have been together 50, 60 years.
That's awesome.
And then nowadays, you're lucky if, people are past 5 years of marriage.
You're right. You are 100% right. You don't see all the relationships lasting as long. But, here's another thing. Look at today's world of hustle and bustle versus back then. Look at today's world of stress. Just one simple word, stress alone today. It's through the roof. It really is. And with how everything goes in life, I believe that it is harder for two people to make it. All right? I'm not saying polygamy is good. I'm not going to say it's bad. It is what it is for the situation that it is within. But I believe that it can work for either couple, either side.
Okay.
Great example. Great example. Let's just use us on this, okay? For the example. So, if me and you don't see eye to eye on something, alright, and we fight about it consistently, cleaning. Good one, right?
Well,
Yeah.
I'm asking is for you to do a couple
Hold on.
chores before you have you time on the computer.
Okay.
I mean, that's not too hard to ask.
Okay. But me and you don't see eye to eye, and I figured cleaning is one thing that we kind of don't always see eye to eye upon. Alright? How it's done, when it's done, whatever. We don't always see eye to eye on it. So, how about this? Would you want to be able to go to somebody and be able to whine, bitch, complain, whatever, okay, about me in a safe direction to somebody that you can trust?
I do. My mom, my sister.
Okay. Now, what if you didn't have them? It'd make it harder on you,
Yeah,
wouldn't it?
but when a lot of people look at polygamous relationships, they look at
Oh, they're
more sexual.
okay. The sexual part. All
And
right.
that's why I don't think a polygamous relationship would work for us.
Because of the sex.
Yes.
Okay.
I am jealous. You know that.
Why?
Because I don't like my husband or, my significant other. I don't like him showing more attention to somebody else than me. That's why I got ticked when you were showing, what's her name, more attention at the freaking bar than you were to me. You were over there sitting with her and whoever else when I was over on the other side of the bar. And that's why I got upset.
Okay.
I don't like I try to look nice for you once in a while. Because, it's not an everyday thing. But I try to look nice and I don't get any reaction from you.
Awesome. Now I got an idea.
What?
What if there was another guy in the relationship?
I don't want another guy.
Hold on.
Can't deal with you as it is.
Hold on. I haven't even finished my story yet.
Fine. Finish.
What if there was another guy that gave you that attention?
No. Because there's only one guy I want that attention from. And he'd rather stare at a computer screen.
But you see where I'm going with it?
I mean, you used to show me that attention when we were dating. And then we got married, and then it's like, yeah, I got her. I don't need to, prove to her anymore.
But now you're kind of looking at it like I do. What if we had that relationship where there was another guy and he showed you the attention that you wanted in the times that you wanted it when I didn't.
It still would not work. Because I don't look at any other guys like I look at you.
But do you believe that it can work for somebody else?
Maybe. I mean, it's all in their preference.
You're right. 100%. You are 100% right on the nail on the head on that one. And as I'm seeing it on my aspect, alright, and this is why I see it like this, because that goes with the whole fulfillment ordeal, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You're fulfilling that other little bit that somebody else didn't. And I kind of, I don't know, I kind of think that that's nice in an aspect. I do.
You think what's nice?
That we live in a society that accepts that. That thinks that that's okay.
Not everybody accepts that.
Not everybody does accept that. Correct. But we live in more of a society that says it's okay if you are like that.
We live in a screwed up society.
Well, here, I got an idea for you. Let's move over to the Middle East.
No, I heard Chrono's pretty bad over there.
Let's move over to the Middle East. You have to keep your face covered and your head covered, whatever.
I already do that, thanks.
And if you look at another guy, I am allowed to take you out and beat you.
Well, see, you don't have to worry about that because I don't look at other guys.
A girl raised her head up slightly to a guy coming by on a moped or whatever. She got stoned to death for it. I think that that's wrong. If you want to look at another guy, go for it. Go for it. You know how you went to that one show? What's it called? The that I drove you out to.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, that hunt show. Or
Yeah, that hunk show where the guys were stripping for y'all. Okay. I don't have a problem with that, did I? I actually offered to take all of you. Because I wanted all of you to have a good time and be safe.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right?
Yes.
So I offered to take all of you. I thought it was a good idea. So I do not get upset about, things that happen. I don't want to get upset about it. I don't care to get upset about it. It actually bothers me when people do get upset over stuff like that. I mean, you have your freedoms. I'm glad that you have your freedoms. I'm glad that you have your opinion. I'm glad that you're you. I believe that we should be equal for the most part.
But I just want to feel like I'm the most important person in your life. Like, I want you to show me, like, it just kind of upsets me when I'm dressed nice and it's like, oh, you look nice.
Alright, well, I got a thought.
What?
I want to flirt with that other girl.
What other girl?
Don't matter. Whatever one. I don't care. You know why?
Why?
I don't want her.
Well, but
Hold
then,
on. 1 second. I don't want her. I don't want to take her home. I do not want to make out with her. I want nothing to do with her. I want to flirt with her. You know why?
why?
Because I want my wife to come over and look at
be
me
pissed?
and look at me and say, I want your attention. You can follow me. I want you to dance with me. I want you to hold my hand over here. I want you to stand behind me and rub my shoulders while we're over here.
Okay, and why can't you just do this on your own? Like, show your attention to me.
Why? Because I like when you take control at times. I enjoy it. I like when you say, hey, you are mine. Nobody else's. I like that. That is a turn on. That means the world right there. You are mine. Nobody else's.
Yeah, well, you just don't compliment me out of the blue either.
I do compliment you out of the blue.
Really? When's the last?
The other day, when I looked at you and said, so beautiful. Compliment you out of the blue? Why do I need my words to do it? How about I just pin you up against the door again and start kissing on you? That was out of the blue, wasn't it? If I do it every day, okay, it's no longer out of the blue, and then it has less meaning, correct?
Okay.
But when I blindside you by it,
What about when I dress up to go out with you and I get no compliment or nothing? I mean, today I am in sweatpants and I only did my face because, well, I was leaving the house.
But
if I wasn't
I got a
leaving
question.
the house, then I wouldn't even done my face up.
I got a question.
Hmm.
What do you think I think of you right now? In sweatpants and stuff.
I don't know. I don't know what you think.
Hmm.
Go to sleep.
I've been showing you a lot of attention today, haven't I?
Okay.
In sweatpants and stuff. I kind of like it. I like when you're bumming it, you know, every now and again. I really do. It's entertaining.
Okay.
Now we're learning something, ain't we? I don't want you dressed up all the time. I
No,
want you to
but
be like
when
a bum
I do
sometimes.
dress up, I look nice.
And when you do dress up, I often just stare.
I mean, what was it? You told Kimber she looks hot in that dress. I don't even get that from you.
Hmm. Sometimes less is more. When I just stare at you. Happy to be with you because you're what I want. If I wanted somebody else, I'd have somebody else. I don't want other people. I don't see a purpose in it. I have my wife. And with my wife, I am happy. I am. I don't need 100 other people.
You weren't happy earlier.
Okay, 5 minutes of disagreement. Whatever. We're gonna have our ons and offs and stuff like that. We are. Then we're gonna go our separate directions for 5 minutes and then come back together. Am I right?
Yeah. Alright, next question. What do men expect from a partner?
What do men expect?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me see here. I expect you to do what I say.
Yeah, and how well is that gonna work out for you?
Some days better than others? No, what do I honestly expect out of you?
I'm gonna whoop some kids' asses in a minute.
That's another thing I expect out of you. I expect you to whoop some kids' asses. But no, really, I really don't have any high expectations. I expect that we can work together. That's a good one. I expect that you go and whoop a kid's ass right now.
I'm not gonna-
I don't know. I expect things to work out between us. I don't know. I really don't have any real expectations. I expect you to follow through with what you said you're gonna follow through with. I mean, I understand some shit just don't work out very well. That's pretty well understood. You and I made agreements on things, and I mean, you do a great job with it. You said that you'll pay the bills and everything. Of course, I make sure that you have money to pay the bills. So we have our expectations, but
Not always, because I also make a paycheck, so therefore,
You're right.
like my paycheck paid car insurance. this
Yes. But the thing is, as I was getting on, I mean, you said that you would pay the bills here, right?
month. Mhm.
And I will do everything I can to bring in money for you to pay the bills, right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I've been doing, ain't it? I've been doing everything I can to help you out. I expect that we work together and do the best that we can to help each other. I expect us to try and work together, you know?
Mhm.
I mean, it's not an outrageous expectation, is it?
No. Next question. What would you do if you had $1 million?
Honestly, ask why I don't have two.
Greedy.
Not much, but yes. What would I do if it was $1 million? I'd donate a bunch of it. I really would. I'd get all of our bills paid off, whatnot. I mean, if you really look at it, you can only do so much with $1 million.
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, I can say, oh, I'm gonna go buy me cars and trucks, and I'm gonna go buy these houses and all this, but you know what? I'm happy. I'll buy a tractor and some extra land. Because I want to actually farm and do stuff, like that. I'd still go to work. Don't get me wrong, that's a dumb idea.
Mm.
I mean, I would invest a lot of it. Try to double, triple it later on in life. I guess I don't have very big dreams anymore. I want to expand my YouTube enterprise. Oh, come on. Not good, not good, not good. 5. Not good. 4. Not good. He got me good.
Alright, next one. What do you think men feel about being ghosted?
How do men feel about being ghosted?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. It's actually pretty cool. I think they feel like shit sometimes. They really do. I mean, to do that to a guy, it depends. I mean, what did the guy want out of the relationship? Did he actually seriously want a friend, or did, you know? Because, I mean, I'm not going to say all guys are the same on this, because they probably vary differently. Huge differences between, you know, how things are. But honestly, to sit back and just ghost the dude, if he wants sex, I don't think he'll think twice about it. If he actually wanted a ongoing, real, like, relationship, as in somebody to talk to and shit like that, yeah, you probably cut him pretty damn deep. Because, like I said, not all guys are the same on this. Some guys actually are more in tuned with how life should be or how life can be, and sometimes dude just needs a friend. So if you ghost a dude that's just trying to have a friend, I honestly kind of think that you're a piece of shit.
You know, what if a guy ghosts a female?
I mean, if it's
'Cause
just
I think
over
it's-
sex,
I think it's more apt to happening than a girl ghosting a guy.
if it's just over sex, or that's all that the relationship was ever going to be, and you ghost somebody, that's whatever. But if it was supposed to be an actual relationship, a friendship, and shit like that, I don't care if it's a guy or a girl, you ghost somebody when they need somebody. I mean, if they beg you for money every damn day, they really don't need you, they're using you. But if they just need somebody to talk to help them through their damn day, and you ghost their ass, you're a piece of shit.
Okay.
That's pretty straightforward, ain't it?
Alright. Next question. How do you feel about men going into a ladies' restroom?
Feel like I could be a good tooth fairy.
To very be making a lot of money that night. Or a lot of teeth. Getting a lot of teeth.
I mean, honestly, there are
I
two
mean-
genders.
Yeah.
Science said that there is two genders. If you say that you believe in science and climate change, okay, good. Climate change is real, yes. And if you say climate change is all this because of science, and then you say that there's 30 genders or whatever, you're an idiot. You really are. Because science said that there's only two genders. Not personalities, genders.
I'd hate to see the guy that would walk into the ladies' restroom after we had a daughter. If she walked in,
If some dude just like randomly followed her in, I don't play the
sympathy.
sympathy card. I am not good at it.
I pity that guy.
I have anger problems on that. I really do, because I do not believe it's right. I believe transgender people and everything should have their own space and stuff. I believe that they should have their own, you know. If you're transgender, I have no problem with that because I've met some transgender people that are actually really cool people. I have no problem with the transgender community. I have no problem with the gay community. But if you're one of those people who's just going to be, hey, I want to go into the ladies' room because I can and I'm a guy and I want to, you know, be a creep about it, I kind of have a problem. And there are guys out there like that.
Yeah.
But I also see women that they don't go into the men's restroom to be like, hey, I want to see what he has. I think that they more or less will go in to be like, well, they're not using this stall, so I'm going to go in and use this stall because I'm special like that. And then you get the guy that tries to play the exact same card but for women and he gets next. I mean, here's a simple thought. Here's how sexist things are. Okay? How many times have you watched football or basketball or whatever, and there is a woman doing the whole, you know, interview in the men's locker room?
Oh, yeah.
I've seen it. It's happened dozens of times. Now I got a question. Since she's allowed to do that, am I allowed to wait until the volleyball game's over, put on my press badge, and walk into the women's locker room? If I get told no, you know how much I'm going to whine, bitch, and complain? Because that sexist ordeal? I mean, that's how I'm seeing this.
Okay. Alright. Next question. Dominant or submissive?
BDSM.
DSM?
As in, am I dominant or submissive?
Well, yeah.
Me?
Uh-huh. Which do you prefer?
Well, this is going to sound really, really, really screwed up. Okay? But I think people's got the whole dominant and submissive thing screwed up.
Okay.
Now, here's going to be playing the role. If you're truly a dominant, okay, if you're truly a dom, you're not the dom. How do you like that one?
Explain.
Okay. In the relationship, I'm the dominant, ain't I?
Mm-hmm.
But, now here's the question. Since I'm the dom in our relationship,
Mm-hmm.
I submit to you, don't I?
You what?
I submit to you. Meaning, I do not take things out of context with our sex life. I do not push the boundaries too far with you.
Okay.
Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
I do not try to go beyond what I should with you. I do not force you into doing anything.
Well, I don't know about that. You kind of forced me earlier.
But are you actually complaining about it? To be dominant, yes, I am going to be forceful, but I am not doing anything that you are saying no. I'm not doing anything to hurt you. I'm not doing anything to harm you. I'm not going out of context with you, am I?
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm actually submitting to what I can and can't do with you.
Okay.
I'm the dom in our relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
When's the last time we had a threesome?
When's the last time what?
We had a threesome.
Never.
When's the last time I forced you to do anything with a chick?
You don't.
So, I got a question. Who's the dom again? Never thought about it like that, did you?
Yeah.
Kinda weird, ain't it?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, my pen quit working. Alright, next one. What issue do most people think is black and white, but you think there's a lot of nuisance to? This one I found on the internet. I'm like, okay.
What do I have a problem with that most people don't have a problem with?
Yeah. I think that's
Well, if you want to go into that, I mean, I have a huge problem with Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts and stuff like that. I do. And I don't look at it from like, oh, well, he's boy and she's girl. I don't really completely look at it from that point of view either. I look at it on an aspect of he is needing him time and she needs she time. If that makes any sense.
okay. Yeah.
I believe Girl Scouts are Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts are Boy Scouts, and that they should be separate because I believe boys need to be in a group where they are not scrutinized with how women or anything to do with women in any way, shape, form. They need to stay away from them for 5 minutes because if I have a group of boys out there and it becomes this whole concept of, well, she's better than he is at that, or she can do this, she can do that. I don't want that. I don't want that. I want it to be, hey, he is perfectly fine in this group. He can do this. He can do that. If girls want to do what boys are doing, then tell your leaders, I want to do what the boys are doing. And if you don't like it, I'm leaving the group. I will go to a group somewhere else where I feel safe and comfortable and damn it. I feel safe and comfortable and all this and all that.
Okay.
I mean, keep them separate. Keep them happy. Keep them learning.
Okay. Next, do you think that every time a man should pay, or they should split the money when needed?
That depends on the relationship. I mean, okay. If their relationship is based off of he is the one to pay, he is this, he is that, he whatever, it's he. But if you believe in the relationship, hey, this relationship needs to be equal between the two individuals, then guess what it should be? Equal between the two individuals.
Alright, what are some things people have selflessly done to make your life better?
Selflessly,
Yep.
like without knowing. Or that they knew what they were doing and they just did it to be nice. Because, I mean, both aspects have been in my life before.
Well,
Something really cool somebody's done for me. Gave me a job when I needed it. That was really cool because I was nothing.
okay.
Another simple thing that somebody's actually done was just sit back and have a conversation when I needed one. I am one of those people who think a lot. We all know this. And when I start thinking, my brain starts like tweaking and everything else, and then one thing becomes another, and then I go into these like war in my head about, what should be going on and what is going on and how it should be better and how many mistakes I've made in life, and it just comes out completely wrong. So when I have somebody that actually just sits back and says, "Hey, yo, what's up?" and have a conversation and say, "Dude, you're not the only one." I mean, that's something simple that somebody has done, and it's like they don't even realize how much that they've helped.
Okay.
People don't realize that a simple conversation of 20 seconds can talk somebody off the ledge. They don't understand that. And I think more people should be more like willing to give somebody 2 minutes out of their day. You don't have to know the person or anything. Just give them 2 minutes out of your day to say, "Hey, yo, what's up? How are you doing?" Because that's actually helped me multiple times.
Okay. Yeah, just two more questions. What is the worst and best thing about being a male?
Oh, one of the worst things I gotta say about being a guy is when your hands are freezing cold and you gotta take a leak. It's gotta be one of the worst. I swear. Another one is today's society sucks. For being a straight white male, today's society sucks. It really does. Another big thing about being a male today, I mean, you have opportunity. You really do. Everybody does. Alright? I don't care if you're white, black, whatever. Everybody has that opportunity. But, I mean, to be a male, some of the worst things is male is considered lower on the totem pole than women. They really are. It's done all day, all night. How bad guys are at stuff. And how everybody competes with them. To be sexist against a male is really easy, I believe. It's really wrong, but it's also easy. That's some of the bad parts about being a dude. It really is. Some of the good parts about being a guy, I mean, one of the things I can say that's really good about being a guy is physical abilities is higher for guys. And I'm not saying, hey, women suck at being physical, because there are some beastly women, I will say that, and they're awesome. But on average, if you match the average guy and the average woman together, the guy is more physically able.
Okay.
They really are. That's awesome about a guy. Another thing that's awesome about being a guy at times is guys are considered stupid. In some instances, guys are considered stupid, and that's awesome. You know why?
Why?
Because then people don't ask the guy questions. They just leave him the hell alone. But no, honestly, some other things are when you're a guy, for some odd reason, you are a carpenter, you are an electrician. It's just the stereotyping, you know? It's like you work on vehicles, right? You're a guy. What? Well, don't you work on vehicles? Don't you know how to do vehicles? No. Well, you're a guy, you should know. It's stereotyping. It seriously is, and it kind of sucks for guys.
Well, that's like, there's stereotyping when it comes to women, too.
Oh, you're 100% right.
You're a woman, you know how to cook.
Oh, yeah, you know how to cook, you can clean.
Clean.
Oh, yeah.
Baby making machine.
Uh-huh. That's how it is. And you better know how to do all this, or you're a worthless woman. Yeah, I mean, stereotyping is the worst, but, I mean, it's on both sides of the spectrum with that. It really is. And it doesn't hurt just one person, it hurts everybody. It really does. That's why when I stereotype, I do it, but when I stereotype, I try to do it in a very selective manner, if that makes any sense. Meaning, hey, this guy is dressed like a mechanic. Let's ask him if he is a mechanic. I mean, it's just how it is. Like I said, I'm not saying I never stereotype, because I do. It's just, you gotta selectively do it to do it correctly.
Okay.
But stereotyping, oh yeah, guys are, he's a guy, he don't know anything about children. Really? Did you know I took like 3 years of child psychology?
But yet, when our son cries,
I'll tell you to punch him in the eye.
Or I hear your alarm clock.
Well, that's not what I'm going on with child psychology. Let's go on our middle child. Why does he act the way that he does? You know, that's what I'm going on. Our oldest child, why does he act the way that he does?
I understand that. But I just want to make sure you can take care of Wyatt by yourself.
I know, you are so worried about that.
I am.
And don't worry, I got backup.
Your mother?
Yo, I could just call up your sister. I could call your sister. I mean, that'd be cool too.
How?
Oh yeah, she's gonna be with you. Ugh. I can call Shauna. Then I call Brian to tell Shauna to leave.
Well, Shauna plans on being here while you are at work.
I
with
mean,
him.
here's something else that people need to learn. Okay? In general, something else. And this is real simple to the point. You ready?
And what?
Network. Networking. And I'm not talking about computer networking. No, screw that. I don't care about that. Networking as in have people with you that you can count on. Have family, friends, all that you can count on. That will be there for you. I mean, that there is just amazing when people can do that.
Okay.
It really is. When people are like, I'm there for you, homie. And you're like, you are.
Well, I've also thought about taking him with me, but that scares me too. You know?
Why?
Why? Because people. A lot of people. And his immune system.
I think he's got a good immune
I
system.
understand that he's been doing amazing. I mean, there was that one time when he was like, what, a couple months old, him and I were both sick
Mm-hmm.
and everything, but since he was on amoxicillin since birth due to his kidney, you know, that broke up the cold that he had. And he hasn't been sick since, and I like to keep it that way. As much as I can, because I've dealt with Hunter being sick a lot. Connor having ear infections every month when he was a baby. I just don't want him, you know,
Oh!
sick.
Oh, not what I wanted to do. Oh, that cut me deep.
And I told Mom this, that I was thinking about taking him. And she said, well, that'll limit your ability to do stuff and everything. I'm like, okay, McCartney's taking Silas. Holly's taking Carter.
Yeah. Oh, I know where you're coming from.
But I'm just worried about the plane flight with him. The people. Oh, I got a event popped on Facebook for a
Oh.
wedding in August.
Oh.
Yeah, that you already knew about over in Arizona.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's Prescott, Arizona.
I think I've been there.
But anyways, alright, last question I have. What's the most important thing to you?
Most important thing to me. There's 100 different ways I can put this. I mean, most important thing to me is ability.
Okay.
It has to be ability. And now, that kind of sounds weird, but it makes sense. the ability for me to be connected to my family. The ability for me to be there for my family. The ability to
Hold on a minute. Why are you not in bed? Okay.
the ability to make connections for my family. You know?
Okay.
Because if you take somebody and they lose their ability, whether it be mentally to do it or physically or anything like that, you tear them apart. You tear families apart as soon as you take somebody's ability from them. But as long as they still have their abilities, the world is completely different. I have the ability to do better for my family. That's why I learned. Hey Trev, what's up? I'm sorry, I wasn't really looking at that. I have the ability to help others. You see, by having this ability, now I have to use it. I have the ability to do all this. And if I can do all this, that means I am given the ability to other people to also be able to do it. I'm given the ability to other people to help their families. I'm given the ability to other people to improve them. And if you do not have the ability to improve upon yourself and upon your family and everything like that, you need to go find it. You do. Because without that ability, things are a lot different. It's a lot harder. You might not be able to survive in life without that ability. That's why ability is so important. Because ability can be the difference between life and death in a family. I have the ability to survive in my family. And I'm not going to give it up. Because I also have the ability to fight for my family. And everybody
Except
that knows
when we're
me.
in an argument, then you have the ability to want to walk away.
I have the ability to want war and to want to step back. Yes. But I've always choose to have the ability to stay together. Everybody has their difficult times in life. Everybody does. Some days it's just hard to wake up and breathe. But it's your choice if you do or don't.
Right now, it's my choice, or my ability to try to stay awake.
Well, then.
I'm getting tired.
Good. How about you made cheese rolls? Oh, dude, you made cheese rolls?
What is that?
I like cheese. I'm a fat kid. I like cheese. Actually, this dude found out how old I actually am today. And you should have saw like the look in his eyes like, are you serious? I'm like, dude, yeah. Because he's like, you're in your upper 20s. I said,
Yeah, alright, thanks.
dude, you sound like you're going to get me roses and buy me dinner and everything else. You hitting on me? He's like, oh, how old are you? I looked at the other guy.
My husband don't buy me roses.
Well, if some dude buys me roses, I'll give them to you. And I'll say that they're from me.
Yeah, of course you would.
But then the other dude's like, well, if you're saying it like that, you've got to be in your, 30s. I'm like, yeah, I am. So.
Jeez, I think the last time my husband, well, we weren't even together, he got me blue flowers. The
You like
roses.
blue.
Yes, that's the last time you got me roses.
And you know what?
Flowers. The other time you got me flowers was you picked them. Well, you didn't even pick them. You guys cut the bush out front.
You know what?
Hmm.
And those bitches are still alive. Well, they're not alive, but those bitches are still good.
Yeah.
So, Trev, you got any oddball questions for me? Because, I mean, the wife has been asking them all night, so I figured maybe you have one or two. I don't know. I just like answering questions. I don't know what it is, but I
My
do.
wife is about to go check on our 8-month-old and see if he went back to sleep. Because if he did, I'm gonna take his happy little butt to bed, and I'm gonna go to bed. I had the kids up in the morning for school.
Yeah, and I gotta go to work tomorrow. Unfortunately. So I might as well
You get back up there in your chair.
play this for a little bit longer tonight because, like I say, with my work schedule, the way that my work schedule is, I don't know if I'm going to be out all night or what.
Well, tomorrow you might be out till midnight.
We're supposed to get snow all night.
It's 61%.
Oh, so probably tomorrow I might have work all night. That's great.
Well, you didn't work the weekend, so.
I know, I actually got 9 days off since Thanksgiving.
Yeah. And then Tuesday's 30%, but it looks like snow both morning and night.
Yeah.
And then Wednesday you should be home on time. It's only 15% and it's just partly cloudy.
Yeah.
But Friday and Saturday you might be working till midnight.
Have that theory that I'll be working till midnight.
Might as well get the overtime you can now because come this summer you won't be getting overtime.
You're 100% right on that. They're going to steal all of our overtime away from us because they are losing money. How can somebody who makes up the money lose the money?
Are losing money due to this whole COVID.
You know what? This company sets all the standards and everything.
I'm gonna go down and check on our boy.
Alright, I love you. If need be, can you possibly sneak me up a drink?
Yeah.
Awesome, thank you. Well, tonight went a lot better than what it did last night. A lot better. Wife and I proved that we can get along 100%.
What'd you say?
I said tonight went a lot better than it did last night.
I don't think he's sleeping. I hear him. I'm afraid to go downstairs now.
'Cause he's awake?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be scared too.
Oh, he sees Mama and he cries because he wants Mama.
Uh-huh. Sneak down the back way. We got 2 sets of stairs in the house. So I just tell the wife to go the back way. It makes sense. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that was some pretty good questioning. I kind of enjoyed it a lot of it. I really did. I like when I get all these, like, magical questions coming at me. Alright, let's see something. How many does it take? 30 bricks. How many does I got? 19. Oh, I know. I forgot something. I did. Alright. Now, let's go. I'm gonna reload. Always keep a loaded gun. Always don't get hit by the train, too. Because if you get hit by the train, there's going to be some problems. The train just might win. I think it's trained to win. Get it? Trained. Ah! I made it funny. Alright. I think that's what I'm looking for. Maybe. I'll give it a couple slaps. Okay, clay. Now I'll get as much clay as I can. Level up. You know, the best. Dun 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 dun! While I'm getting clay. Uh-oh. 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 Kids got into something they shouldn't have. Just, I don't know what it was. Uh-oh. The kids are doing no-no things. Yeah. So, what was in the Ziploc bag?
Cookie dough.
Oh. E. coli poisoning. It's okay.
I'm gonna go down and take care of Wyatt because he is away. So, and he's seen me.
Aha. Kids are eating cookie dough. You know how you solve problems where people are taking all your stuff? You find something that they don't like and you put into it. It always works. Perfect example. Somebody steals your ketchup 1,000 damn times. You just buy spicy ketchup. About the time that they start shitting flames, they'll never touch the ketchup ever again. You put like, I don't know, Carolina Reapers in it and see what happens. It just turns into pure entertainment. It really does. Uh-oh. That's how it goes. That's how it is in this house. Mama speaks. And then when Mama gets done speaking, she goes, I'll just have AJ handle it. He's good. And then the kids get in a lot of trouble. But anyhow, I'm probably getting off of here. I got other things that need to be done, handled, whatever you want to say. So as I say every night, good day, good night, good evening, good whatever it is when you're watching this video. Have fun. Be safe. You know what? I'll talk to y'all later. Good night, everybody.